Morning everyone, hope you're all well. Good morning Margaret, nice to have you here again. Hope you're having a good day. Our day's pretty good. It's what's the weather like down there? You're in Victoria, I believe, Margaret. I could be wrong, hope I'm not, but I think it's really cold down there. There's some Arctic thing blowing all up the east coast of Australia. It actually reached Brisbane yesterday. Not too bad today. I have my coffee ready to keep me sustained. So hoping everyone is well and you all got really nice weather, and if it is really cold you are managing to keep warm. Nothing worse than being cold, particularly when you just can't warm up. So who else do we have? I can't see any other names, but I know there's other people here. If you are here, just say hello, let me know that you're here. Today we are going to do another demonstration using Brusho. So I will recap yesterday's, if I can find the card. 1 second. Okay, if I could turn the camera around without having to readjust it too much, you would see the bomb that is my desk. Well, actually my whole office, it's just a mess. Doing so much at once that I've got things started and not finished and it's just chaos. But anyway, this is yesterday's card as a reminder. I know that's back to front, but we used Brusho to create the background and then we stamped up the top. Hello Linda, cold and still a bit wet in Sydney. Oh, it's raining. Oh, that makes the cold worse because it makes it much more miserable. So that's yesterday's card. Today we are going to be playing with Brusho again, like we are all week. But today I have a different technique to show you what you can do with it. So are we ready? Should I just get into it? Yeah, I think I should. Alright, so I'm going to turn you guys around and I'll still be able to see comments on my laptop I have here. So let me turn you guys around and I'll show you today's little project. Okay, so can we see everything? You probably see too much off to the side there, but I'm thinking that's pretty good, isn't it? Wait a minute, I want to get this a bit higher because if I stamp down the bottom of my grid paper like I normally do, you're not going to see it. Alright, there we go. That's better. That good? Alright, so let me turn a couple of lights on. Alright, so for those who missed yesterday's live or haven't watched the replay, all week we're playing with my product of the week, which is our Brusho Crystal Colour. And it comes in these cute little pots, 15 grams of crystallized colour that reacts with water. And it's really potent, you don't need a lot. That's why when we use it, we just make a hole in the lid and then sprinkle it onto our project. And because it is a powder, or a crystal powder, and it is really fine, if you were to open the lid, you would end up with it absolutely everywhere, and you don't want that. So that's why we don't even open the lid, we just put a hole in the top and use it that way. Okay, so it reacts to water, and the best results you're going to get is using watercolor paper. And I have a special of the week that I put up this morning, and if you purchase the Brusho crystals this week from me, you will get a pack of watercolor paper absolutely free. So it'll help you have a great play with these and get to love them as much as I do. Alright, so today's technique is embossing with the embossing powder and then brushoing over the top. So I just forgot to get the embossing powder out. 1 minute. Oh, it may still be on the chaos of my desk, that's a worry, because I'm never going to find it. Rightio. Wait, talk amongst yourselves while I try and find the embossing powder because it is on my desk somewhere and I've lost it now forever. Where'd it go? Oh no. Oh, I really need to clean this desk up today. It is a nightmare. Oops. And I'm going to lose all sorts of things. And maybe it's not on my desk anymore. Oh, maybe it is in my drawer, which is even worse. What's this? Oh, I found one. It's alright. Don't panic. Stop looking, everyone. Good morning, Karen. Nice to have you here. Alright, so we're going to not recreate this card, do another card like this because I'm going to use a different stamp set today. First step is your watercolor paper. You are going to apply your stamped images with Versamark, which is just a clear sticky ink that takes forever to dry and perfect for embossing. And that is what you use whenever you want to use embossing powder. So you ink up your stamps really, really well. Make sure you get lots of Versamark on there. And I don't even know what design I'm going to do. So here we go. Let's do this one first. And then I might do the flower over the top. Doesn't really matter what it looks like because it's just to give you the idea of what you can do with this powder. Alright, so let's put our swirly there, and because it is watercolor paper, it takes a little while for the ink to grab to the paper, not like our smooth cardstocks because it is like textured. So I'll just make sure that is pretty well on there. And we might put a flower down this corner, which I've already Versamarked, so that's why I just stamped it straight on. If we go off camera, let me know. Then I've got a couple of leaves. And I can sort of see the Versamark. I'm just going to put one there. I can see it on the watercolor paper, which is helping me place these images. Alright, so there's a couple of leaves. Alright, now I can tell already I don't really like the placement of any of those stamps, but hey, it's just showing you the technique. And now, the chaos on my desk, I have nowhere to put anything. Now I get scrap paper. Sorry, which I should have got beforehand. And this is the easiest way to add your embossing powder and make sure you don't lose it. Have scrap paper underneath to catch it all. Alright, so you just put your, it doesn't matter if you use the whole jar because you're going to tip it off onto the scrap paper. Oops. Just like that. Okay, and then I don't know if you can see that, but I can see the pattern that I've just stamped, the flowers and things I've just stamped. Wipe off any excess embossing powder. Alright, and now I'm going to just tip this back into your little jar. Alright, simple. Now that goes in the bin because no matter how much you try and tip it all off, there'll be some left behind on the paper. Alright, get rid of that. Now it's going to get noisy. I'm going to use the heat tool to raise that embossing powder. So sorry if this gets a bit loud. So I used the white embossing powder. I don't know if I said that before. And with embossing with the heat tool, oops, you don't want to go like this all over, it will take forever. Concentrate on one spot until that has all melted. And you'll find it's a lot quicker to do it that way. And then you don't miss bits either. And it does get hot, so if you're finding it's hot, just hold it with something. I used to use my bone folder until I realised sometimes I'd melt the tip of the bone folder. So I started using scissors, of course, with a rubber handle, otherwise the metal will pick up the heat and I'll burn my fingers. so I think that is pretty well all done now, all melted. Alright, oh my goodness. So I'm just going to let that cool for a second before I apply the powder to it straight away. Right, now in yesterday's card, which I lost again, oh, here it is. Alright, in yesterday's card, I wet it first and then sprinkled the powder into the water. Today I'm going to try putting the colour on first, the crystals on first, and then spritz it. So you get to see the two different basic ways that you can apply the powder. Lots of other things you can do. You can water paint with it, use an aqua painter, use a paintbrush, lots of things. So if you want just like your basic background like I did yesterday and this one, then they're the two most commonest ways. Is that a word? I don't even know if that's a word. But that's the two most common, that's probably better grammar. That is the two most common ways you're going to get your background done. So I've just noticed a heap of people join. I'm sorry, I was too busy melting my embossing powder to say hello. Hello Margaret, hello Work, hello Lisa, hello Nicole. Nicole, are you sneaking at work again? Oh my lord, I don't want to get you sacked, but thank you for joining. Morning Karen. Cold and raining in Newcastle as well. Oh dear, that's not good. I don't even know if it's cold yet. I've just got short sleeves on again, so it can't be too cold. I know what it's like outside. Who wants to go outside? Not me. Right, so now I'm going to put the crystal colour on first. Let's use orange, red. They're my lots of go-to colours, aren't they? Maybe a bit of green up here. Right, let's move all this out of the way because when I get spraying, I don't want to overspray on everything. And see, I've got the same paper I had on yesterday. It's all really bumpily from the water, but that's okay. I'll change it later. Right, so just going to put some green up around here. Orange here. And the beauty with this is if you're not a perfectionist, then it's going to come out different every single time that you do it, which I love. And you just don't know what you're going to get. Right, now I have my, let's move them out of the way. I end up with water on them. I've got my little spritzer again today, or if you don't have our Stampin' spritzers, they're like $5 for a pack of 2 or something, because they're really, really cheap. Or the big, you can get just like, this is from Woolies spritzer, so nothing fancy about spritzing your water. Bucketing down there, word. Oh no. And Lisa, you're at work too. You're so naughty, girls. Alright, so now I'm just going to spritz from a distance. And you will see the colour beading and spreading. And depends what sort of effect you want as to when you stop spritzing. I really like that. That is really pretty. And see how I've got a bit of, I must have a bit of red crystal up here because it's got a little bit of blue. Now, like I said yesterday, you can let that dry naturally, or you can damp it off with a paper towel. So because I want to not be on here for 3 hours waiting for this to dry, we're just going to get some paper towel. It will make the colours more subtle. But for the purpose of live television, here's one I prepared earlier. Oh, that is really pretty and subtle. Look at that. There we go. And when you're wiping it off or sponging it off with something like paper towel, don't use that bit again. Like I've just got all the colour off. Don't then go over because the colour could transfer from your paper towel. So always make sure, I know that's really simple and obvious, but sometimes we get carried away and just forget these little things. I'm going to spritz the back of it just to settle the paper down a little bit so it's not so curly. Just a really light spritz. Okay, so there we go. And what you can do, I think I mentioned it yesterday, not sure, is if you want a deeper colour and not such a pastel colour, then you can go over, let it dry, go over it again. But you see, the colour is not sticking to the embossing. So I think that's a really cool effect. And I'm probably going to wreck this now, but I want a bit more green up here. So let's just go for it, hey? See what happens. And the beauty of watercolor paper is that you can keep going over as many times as you want. Alright. So I like that darker green, but now of course my orange here is not deep enough. So let's add some more. And this is really cool product. You can, oops, I sprayed in the wrong spot. Oops, oh my gosh, get my sprayer straight. There we go. You can keep playing with it and get the look you really like. And of course now, down here's not deep enough, so we just keep going. It's really addictive. Once you start playing with this product, it's really addictive. Right, I like the deeper colours there now, so I'm actually going to let that dry naturally, okay? So that will keep not all the richness like it has, but a lot of the richness. It won't fade off like I did with the one yesterday or when I used a paper towel on it. So that is it. Thank you, everyone. Yes, I love to work that you can just keep adding water because watercolor paper is very forgiving. It'll get to a stage obviously where, you know, is that waterlogged, it's going to start to tear. But if you get to that stage, you want to keep playing with that much, you probably should start a new project. Thank you, Lisa. Like that you like that it's cool. You think that it's cool. I can't talk again today. I need more of that coffee. Alright, so that is today's demonstration. That's another technique to use with Brusho. Lisa, don't you have the Brusho yet? Yes, you need to get it. It's wonderful. So I've got so many ideas still left to play with it, and I've got 5 different ways to use it this week. So this is only the second way this week, and I've got to hopefully do a Facebook Live every day showing you a different technique. So yeah, it's so much fun to play with. You really need to get it. So thank you for watching, everyone, and you'll see, hopefully you've seen yesterday and today how easy it is to use. It's not scary at all. So I'd love you all to get it and have a play. And don't forget my special that runs all week until Sunday. Buy the Brusho and get the watercolor paper for free. And as per usual, if you are watching this live, then if you like, comment and share, you could be eligible to go into the running for a little prize. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day. And everyone who's cold, hope you get to stay warm and out of the water. And have a great day, everyone. Thank you. Bye.